You are listening to the Primetime Podcast with your hosts, Bryant Shizzle and Jake Jorgensen. Welcome in, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and Prestons. I feel like I roast Preston too much in these. We are back for Week 7's Rewind. I've got Jake here as always, and back again is Brandon.
Back like I never left.
Yeah.
He earned it. Yep,
he did. 155 to 98. I'd say we're going to go straight into that, but I'm seeing one other blowout that was by a little bit. My general rule of thumb is most the highest points discrepancy to the lowest, and I'm seeing one a little higher, Jake.
Yeah, I'm having trouble spotting that one currently. But I have an idea.
I don't know. I think my mouse is kind of right there.
I like the way you work it. No diggity.
Oh, that is tough. So, Jake, how does this make you feel?
Yeah, this is the season. I mean, there's been some ups and downs. Lately, there's been a lot of tough losses, but it hurts just not being able to hit 100. Like, I think this is the second week out of 3, and last week it was like 103. So basically, 3 weeks of just really poor fantasy performances. I kind of talked about it even when I was 4-2. Was I? When I was 4-2, I guess last week. I was 4-2, but I had like no confidence going into this game.
Yeah,
I was pretty scared of Lemons' team. I think you guys might have both. Actually, Brandon, I think, picked my side.
Yeah, I was feeling
last week.
I picked Lemons, and let me tell you what, Jake. Just be happy that your points didn't get doubled.
I mentioned last week, and this actually helped Brandon since he's a Chiefs fan, that Mahomes has not had a Mahomes week yet. Well, he had a Mahomes week. Not that it would have made a difference. I still got destroyed, but
it's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, funny enough, I actually hit up Lemons last week, maybe like Tuesday, seeing if Kamara was available. Did not get a response and I wasn't persistent enough to care because I knew my team was kind of whatever. And Kamara put up just about 30 on me. That one hurt a little bit too. But yeah, at no point did I feel like I was going to come back in this one. Really just outmatched at every position, it looks like here, pretty much. I mean, except for tight end, but...
Tight end's the only one, and Zach Ertz got put on IR. Did he hurt mid-game, I assume?
Must have, yeah.
I missed that. Strained quadriceps.
Yes. Yep.
He got 60% of snaps. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, this is tough. I'm seeing a goose from the kicker. Good old Detroit.
That was really tough. Getting a little fancy and getting 0 from the kicker, as well as benching the historically good Browns defense, getting fancy and matching up against the Bears, who didn't have Justin Fields, and they actually did better. It was strange.
It is absolutely wild to me that Cleveland can give up 38 points and have 18.5 on defense.
3 fumble recoveries from Minshew.
Absolutely crazy.
That's huge.
And to make things even worse, really this entire season, well, I guess Eckler was out for a while, but I was talking about how it was just my 3 keepers that were just carrying this team, and now the Chargers had a bad week. I mean, they lost by 14 to the Chiefs, but Keenan Allen and Eckler combining for about 15 is not what you want to see.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Chargers had a bad game against Brandon's Chiefs.
That was the first time Mahomes has beat the Chargers by double digits. I'm pretty sure that is.
Dang.
I heard that stat somewhere.
I believe it because I threw you a stat the other day of their last since 2019 or something. All their games were 1-score games.
Yeah.
And on Lemon's side of the ball, yeah, I mean, Jake, you said it. Mahomes had a Mahomes game. Tyreek Hill was him. Godwin's okay. I mean, he's fine, right? He's all right. Kamara, Saquon. Most are kind of stunk. That's the only sad part. But if you're Lemons, you just do not care, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's the Stephen A. Smith.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
It's Lemons seeing Mostert in his flex after going up against the Philly defense and dropping 6. He's got the Patriots next week. He'll be fine.
Again, looking at this 86.58 points, I'm just still thinking about whether I want to even send future draft capital if it's worth trading for an upgrade at running back when I don't know if this team's ready to compete either way. Still in a tough spot there.
Jake, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I just looked at Lemons' bench.
Yep, I saw that too.
0.6. You beat it by less than 0.7. And he fielded, out of the players that played, 3 running backs, 3 receivers. Well, one of them had 0. Basically, he had a full lineup except for no kicker, no defense, no quarterback.
Oh, you best believe I'm counting Jamison Williams in that
right.
stat right there.
Jamison Williams matched your kicker, so you can count him as a kicker.
Wait, why is Dalvin Cook projected for negative 0.6 last week?
I don't know.
0.06.
On a bye.
Yeah, on a bye. It did that for Kareem Hunt, if you guys remember a few weeks ago too.
It did, yes.
What did they do to the people at Yahoo?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jeez. But looking at Kamara, his floor is so high with the amount of targets he's been getting. It's like,
yeah,
this has got to be the most safe almost Kamara has ever been. I mean, I know he's had some really insane fantasy years, but Carr is always throwing those little checkdowns to the running backs, and
it's outrageous.
Kamara has been getting some crazy target numbers.
You can end a game with 12 catches and 0 yards, no rushes, and I wouldn't be upset.
Exactly. It's just he's going to be a real weapon the rest of the year.
I definitely wanted Kamara. I mean, when I think about most of my fantasy teams in this league throughout the years, I've been trying to make an effort to find running backs that have a lot of targets. I know it's PPR league, and that's pretty obvious, but like I had Eckler, I had McCaffrey back in the day at Saquon. I had like a lot of guys that kind of specialized in getting high targets, and oh man, 14 targets, 12 catches off 14 targets. It doesn't get better than that. I mean, that's crazy.
I agree. Let's move over to happier times. Like this game.
Let's.
Brandon, 155 to 98 on Manthai. I picked Preston in this game. Oh, no, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's a tough look. And after Thursday, I think the only action we had was Michael Thomas, and he caught a late touchdown that game, and I was like, all right, they're just going to do this thing. Manthai is going to squeak by me like 90 to 88 or something. But my team went off. I mean, as much as it could, at least. Lamar, we had the first real Lamar breakout game this year. I mean, he was insane against Detroit. They were just insane against Detroit. I saw the stat that they had their 4 touchdowns before Detroit had a first down, which
That's
is
insane.
Just insane.
Yeah. I mean, the Packer fans were watching that. Well, I guess we stopped watching the Detroit game after the first half when it was over. But I was watching it so happy, thinking, okay, maybe we pick up a win against the Broncos. Lions lose, maybe we catch up a little bit in division. It's still a nightmare in Green Bay.
Yeah, big wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe I picked Brandon in this one. I'm fairly confident I picked Brandon.
Yes,
so
that sounds right.
I remember you picking me.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, when you have 3 Baltimore players, when they do what they did to Detroit, you're setting yourself up for success. Not to mention the Chiefs guys, Rashee Rice and Pacheco both look good. JSN finally got his touchdown with no DK Metcalf playing that week. And
Did
Devonta
Pacheco?
Smith. Go ahead,
Did Pacheco have a late? Did he have a late score? Brandon?
He had their last
Okay.
touchdown. Yeah.
As I was watching his score, and I think through the first 3 quarters or so, it was low, but salvaged with the touchdown. It looks like for a good 16.
Yeah, not bad. You take those. It's kind of, I mean, that's what the running back for the Kansas City Chiefs provides, right? You know, pretty solid floor with upside with a touchdown.
Yeah. And I'm not really looking to win any games. I'm not going to try to lose. Like,
Right.
I don't want people to play me and be like, oh, Here's a win. Like, I don't want to be a scheduled win for people. Like, people making the playoffs, if they play me, I'm going to fucking start a good lineup and try to beat these guys.
You don't want to have Clyde Edwards-Helaire on your roster, you're saying?
No. But although Manti maybe won the war by probably going to lock up the first pick, 'cause I don't know. He's going to need some magic to record another win this year.
Yeah, he doesn't play you again, and I don't know if he plays Jake again.
Does he play you
I'd
again?
have to look.
He does play me.
I'd have to look.
He plays George. He plays Greg. He plays Cade. Then it's he does play Jake.
I figured. I know we played pretty early in the season.
And he plays Lemons, then me, and Nick B.
Yeah, I mean, I won't cry over not getting the first pick. I'm happy I won a game, and I hope I win a couple more games, just because I like making other people sad. So
Nice.
I want to crush some dreams.
A.J. Dillon outscored Aaron Jones. Rip Preston. You know what? I said that. I said you could start both of those guys.
I do remember that.
You did.
Should have.
Anything but Clyde.
Anything but Clyde. I agree with that. So, yeah. Tough scenes on Preston's side. How do you feel about Devonta Smith, Bram?
He is just such a tough watch. Not tough watch, because the Eagles team is pretty good, but A.J. Brown is just getting everything over there, and week after week, it's just disappointment, and I don't know. He's 100% on the block. If anyone wants him, send any solid draft pick. I mean, I will sell pretty low on him because I don't intend on keeping him. At least not as of right now. But yeah, I'm not the type of guy where if you offer me a trade, I'm gonna be like, oh, let me wait a week. I heard Greg might be like that, but if you offer me a good deal, I will snap up on it right away. And honestly, it doesn't even need to be a great deal with Devonta Smith because I'm ready to get him off the team and just start JSN and Rice, as well as, like, I don't know, anyone else.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah. Judy himself should be looking for a trade, although I know it's not him that makes the decision.
It might be tough to get a pick for Devonta Smith if he's going to struggle all year like this. He's maybe one more for the future. But
yeah,
who knows what might grace your inbox. Jake's awfully quiet over there, so.
Well, I'm just trying to think about what round he got drafted, and I feel like
he was kept. He was kept.
I think he was
kept. I said AD. I think at ADP might be better than if you drafted him this year and then tried to keep him.
It definitely is. If you would have drafted him this year, you would have drafted him in like the third, fourth, fifth of the lowest, probably third or fourth, right?
Yeah, so that actually does make it a little better.
Yeah, he won't go that early next year. So.
Oh yeah, and he was 10th round.
Originally, yeah.
Yeah, last year.
Something like that.
Which is when all the values are. But...
Alrighty.
Fuck you, Manti. Suck these nuts. Oh. Yeah, Manti. Hey, buddy.
Suck these nuts.
Suck
these nuts.
Had to do it. Oh, that's awesome. I might have to increase the volume of that one. I feel like I need it to be in your face.
The RIP headphone users.
Not that loud. All right, me and Cade, I think, is next one up, unfortunately. This was tough, dude. You know, I felt so good watching Darren Waller just drop tutties on tutties. And I was projected to beat Cade for a very long time on Sunday. And then Josh Allen just scored 3 touchdowns in the second half, and I felt awful. So it's kind of how this went. Josh Dobbs struggled. Olave has just been so mid. Oh, watching Kamara get 14 targets and then Olave. You know what, though? Olave did have a ton of targets, if I remember right. Let me look. Yeah, he had 15 targets, so it's like, oh, man, it's tough. Derek Carr doesn't look right. Yeah, I know, right? He had 15, and he had 12 points. Come on, dude. I didn't watch that game, so I don't know how catchable some of those were, but it's tough to see that in the box score. And him and Adams had the exact same score line, and Adams had 12 targets. He had like 8 of his points in the first drive, and then second half he just died, and the Raiders lost to the Bears. So I don't know what's going on there. Rashad White was good. Jeff Wilson was a risky start, but I had to do it, and he didn't work out. So I don't know. I started him over Madison, whatever. Other than that, team was pretty quiet. Zay Flowers on the bench he looked good in that game, but Baltimore was just going so fast. I mean, the ball was spread out everywhere. So, 11.5 though. Good to see. Dobbs had a solid game with that touchdown. I don't know. It's a couple, I'm like a 20-point game away from having an opportunity to beat people. And Josh Allen and AJ Brown just fisted me, dude. It was not good.
So that's Sunday night game?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it was.
He's fisted everyone this year. Look at his stat line; it's pretty crazy.
He's been a monster. He's taken his scores. He's taken his fantasy points, and he's taken Devonta Smith's fantasy points. He's just adding them up, dude. He's getting them all.
It's true.
I don't remember, but wasn't there maybe not a record, but there was something like consecutive games, 150 yards or something like that. He had going for a while. That was pretty notable.
Yeah, he was.
I have to look.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was.
Shoot.
But
Was that over 100 yards?
maybe 100.
Might have been. I don't remember. And Travis Etienne, of course, keeps his streak going of 2 touchdowns. I think that's 3 weeks in a row for him of 2 touchdowns. Yeah, it is. So.
Yeah, the Jags on Cade's Jags just popping off again. Oh man.
How jealous do you think that makes Lane?
Very.
Having all these Jags on his team, and they're all putting up fantasy points. And then you look at Lane's team, and he only has 1, and it's Trevor Lawrence on his bench.
Yeah.
Even Cade's bench had a good week, dude. I was destined to lose this game. At least I take solace in the fact that my tight end outscored his, because Kyle Pitts is not a good fantasy tight end.
Yeah, the Pitts Goddard dilemma. It just seems like every time I look at Cade's team, he's starting the wrong one. And I mean, it's a tough decision to make, but
It is.
lucky.
Yeah, I
Also-
mean
Oh, go ahead.
let's say the biggest win for Brian's team this week was that Chris Olave's arrest was not serious. So he'll be back for next week.
That's
Did
true.
you see? I played for the Saints, and that was funny.
I did not
see that.
Oh, you didn't see the video? He
No,
was
I didn't see
the
he was
video.
like, when he was asking him to turn around, he's like, "I play for the Saints," and the announcer, and the cop goes, "And." It was funny.
That's really funny. Oh,
I had
jeez.
15 targets.
only 12. He must have. The cop has him in his fantasy team. That's why he's arresting him. He's like, screw this guy. He's not getting me any points.
It was
think
funny
so.
because there's a clip of a baseball player, Marcelo Ozuna. Not sure if you guys have ever seen this, but he got arrested a couple years ago. I think he was drinking and driving or something. He played for the Braves, and the first thing he says to the cop is, "I'm Ozuna from the Braves," and it just didn't work.
That's funny.
This is very funny. I saw those side by side on Twitter a couple times.
Yep, see that every once in a while.
Oh.
Also, that AJ Brown stat, that little record he's going for, is on the side when you click the little information by his name. It says he's the 3rd player in NFL history with 5 consecutive games of
125 yards.
125.
Split the
125.
difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he took Megatron's most recently accomplished by Megatron. Yeah, he's the 3rd player to do it, huh? Jeez. No other player on the team saw more than 5 targets. Yeah, I mean, when AJ Brown's doing that, nobody else on the team is. Somehow Dallas Goedert still had a good fantasy week. Touchdown. But crazy. I do want to touch base before we leave this matchup on Bijan.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, yeah, that was
That
crazy.
was so funny, dude. So this is back when I'm still projected to win the game. I think that was a noon game, and I'm just cracking up, dude. I'm like, dude, watching Tyler Algier and Cordero Patterson just run all over the Bucks. I was like, oh yeah, I was loving it. So it turned out he was sick. He had a really bad headache, I guess, and coach told him
Was it
sit down.
post game or was it a halftime interview or what? I don't remember, but
Word
That's
didn't
one
start
easy to
getting
put.
out until halftime, but most people didn't really know about it until after the game.
What I don't understand is very end of the game, he got 1 carry. I'm pretty sure I was watching that
He
game.
did, yeah. He had 3 rush yards.
It doesn't make any sense. And I saw the Falcons were in a little trouble with the NFL because they have a whole policy when day of game, if someone has some sort of something that prevents them from playing, you're supposed to. There's like a lot of paperwork and stuff you have to do, and I saw they didn't do that. And yeah, they were in some trouble with the NFL. I saw. Which
Yeah,
is
I heard they
kinda
were
funny.
investigating that situation and why they didn't
Yeah.
know beforehand. I wonder if that's why Bijan got that carry at the end. Hey, he played.
Exactly.
What are the odds? So yeah, I had a kick out of that, but I mean, that was the only happiness I took out of this game, other than national tight end week Darren Waller, 22.8. That made me happy. Seeing him lead my team did not make me happy, but what can you do? Next up, oh boy, all the matchups this week kind of sucked, huh? We'll talk about George last. Greg and Nick B. This went about as we expected, right? Oh yes. So yeah, that do I even need to comment? I mean, that sums it up. Russell Wilson stunk against Green Bay, even though they beat us. That was painful. Calvin Ridley continues to be bad, and I continue to roast Greg for having him in his lineup. Michael Pittman's good. Hawkinson. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Did Greg have Addison and Cousins in his lineup last week, or? No?
Oh my God,
Cousins for sure.
We previewed the
like
matchup. I know. I think Addison was in there too. For Ridley, I thought he was.
I'll look.
Oh,
Maybe it has to be something we look back into.
Yeah,
but
he did. He played me last week. He played me. He did.
So that is a 40 points. Oh my God, I think he would have won.
Does he win that game? If he pulls Calvin Ridley for Jordan Addison, that's 35 points right there.
And then 16, yeah, he wins.
He totally
does
wins.
it.
Oh,
He does it.
I mean, I know it would also be very risky to start 3
against the 49ers.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do that.
I don't blame the guy for benching Cousins for sure. Addison, that's a tough
Monday night game against the 49ers.
Yeah.
Cancels out Monday night Kirk.
I don't blame the guy for benching the Vikings, but if anything, I would have put Addison in for Ridley, and I think that would have gotten him close and not quite close enough. So maybe if I'm Greg, I'm sad that I lost, but I'm not starting both those Minnesota guys.
No.
I'm starting Russ against Green Bay. I mean, apparently it's the wrong decision, and I guess Greg should have stuck with the Kirktober theme.
I wonder if he was also thinking about the fact that he had to start Hawkinson, and at that point, 3 Vikings against the 49ers is just insane, but it would have worked out.
It would have.
Which is wild.
It would have been really good, actually. It's crazy. It's like almost 100 points, man. Jeez. Like 80? Jeez.
I also saw Greg's kicker got released by the Rams. I'm pretty sure Brett Maher. Really? Yeah.
Jeez.
He did, yes.
Made a 40 to 49. There are no missed stats in this. He must have missed a handful, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he missed 2 of his 3 field goal attempts and an extra point against the Steelers. And they lost. They would have won. Or at least they would have tied and went into OT. Yikes. In week 6, he made all 4 of his field goals. Okay, he'll go somewhere else, but probably on the waiver wire first.
Got to point out really quick that, once again, I still hate Georgia's drop of Josh Palmer for KJ Osborne, as yet again, Palmer has a pretty solid week and not worth spending 31 fab on dropping him and getting Osborne.
Yeah, Palmer had 21.3, dude. And with no touchdowns. 5 catches for 133 yards. Nice. I agree. I think that move was poor, but hey. Dude, must be nice.
Freaking Allen and Eckler, so I'm sad about it.
If you're Nick B, it must be nice to be able to bench Mike Evans.
Yeah.
It's kind of outrageous. I'd probably be starting over Tyler Lockett, especially this week because he plays Cleveland, but hey.
And this was the first Travis Kelce week, even though it seems crazy to think about, like he had 24 last week. I guess that's Travis Kelce, but this is
big boy Travis Kelce.
National Tight End Day with Taylor Swift in attendance. I mean, it's a recipe for success.
And the Chargers fan. Notable Chargers fan.
Yeah, this is just domination from Nick B. I mean, this is assault in every extent of the word. I mean, Jalen Warren even had double digits, dropping a touchdown. We're just going to move on from that horrific scene of violence. George and Lane. Apparently the matchup of the week. Oop, I was wrong on this one.
George's name changed, the F Cup.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bra? Like Manthai's bra size or something? I'm pretty sure.
No.
Sorry, Manthai. I did not mean.
Roasted.
I did mean that is a bra size. Oh, that is a big lady bra size. So I was right, Manthai. There we go.
I think he's saying screw cup.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah. Okay. 6.9. Nice. From Cooper Cup. You know, George, Cooper Cup is not the reason you lost this game. You lost this game because your team is bad, dude. Tua, less than 10. I mean, Cup had a bad game, yeah. Myers had a good game. Josh Jacobs, 5.1 against the Bears. Come on, dude. You got problems, but Cooper Cup ain't one. Lane had Justin Herbert dropping a 7 bomb. Hey, T-Law outscored the shit out of Herbert. Just saying. Amon-Ra. For the Lions being absolutely terrible and putting up 6 points, Amon-Ra had a really good game.
He had a lot of late
Garbage time.
Late game, garbage time catches and yardage. But they all count. Especially he had 19 targets. There you go.
Holy. That's a lot of targets. Wow. We've been seeing that a lot this year.
I'm going to guess they attempted almost 40, like probably over 45 passes.
Oh, yeah.
They were passing.
I would guess
game.
55.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my guess. I don't think anybody starts Goff. Oh, wait, George has Goff. We can look. 53.
There you go.
And he had 2 points. Jake and I saw that at the same time. He must have gotten sacks left. He must have been taking sacks like it's his job.
Whoa, pause on that, though.
That's bad. Okay, well, yeah. Hey, I was pleasantly surprised to see Jonathan Taylor drop 21 on the Cleveland defense. That's pretty impressive. I'm also unpleasantly surprised to see that JT had 18 carries. Guess how many carries Zach Moss had?
How many?
18.
Wow.
So,
Splitting the time.
Even Stevens 2 weeks in a row. Najee busted double digits. Good for him. Second time all year. Mark Andrews, hey, National Tight End Week. What can we say? Bourne even had a tutty. Yeah, Lane's team kind of put up this week as far as your quarterback dropping less than 10 points.
Pretty good T-Law week on the bench. Lane's gonna have some. He's gonna have some internal conversations about whether or not T-Law is gonna be the number one.
With a name like that, man, I don't know. Herbert plays Chicago this week, though.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. We will see. Oh wow, the Niners defense 2 points, huh? All right. I'm assuming I missed one of these games. Must be.
No, I think
got the big beat pick right.
No, I don't think so.
No, sorry. I was talking about tracking my
your picks.
My picks, yeah. I'm 63% of the year, but I haven't added in last week yet because I forgot to. So 63% minus last week. All right, let's check the standings. Wow, 4 teams at 5-2. What the heck? How am I supposed to make the playoffs with this garbage? We got some bad teams in this league, and I'm one of them. Nick B leading the league at 1084 points for, dude. That's outrageous. It's over 100 more than anybody else than on 7 games. Jeez. Cade, Lemons, and Greg, all also 5-2. Greg is easily the worst 5-2 team on points for, at least, because he's 100 points down from Lemons, who's in third. We've got Laner and Jake at 4-3. Jake, you have more. I have more points for.
Nearly 300 less than Nick and only 1 less win, which is wild.
That is wild, but at the same time,
it gives me belief. But in the back of my mind, I know there's no chance I'm gonna be. I don't know. It's almost depressing how I'm still in a really good spot.
Yeah, there are 2 teams below you with more points for, just saying, and I'm one of them. Seeing George's team at 911 points in 8th place at 2-5 is kind of, if you're George, you're sad about that. But at the same time, How many of those games are just big spike weeks? Because Georgia's team was bad this week. It dropped to 165, so you win those. Average, 155. Mid, bad, yeah. It's okay. Yeah, you're sad. You don't feel like 2-5 is fair if you're George there. But what can you do, man? Brandon and Manthai, 1-6. Hey, you're out of the basement, Brandon. Congratulations.
Feels nice.
You and George rocking the 0 fab life.
Yeah, I dropped 69 on Gus Edwards. That was
Nice.
not good. Hey, it's in the past.
All right. Best players of the week. I actually wrote these down this time. Patrick Mahomes for Lemons dropped 46.86. Lemons also had Deonta Foreman at the running back position at 33 points, but he had him on his bench. Not that it mattered. Sorry, Jake. Jordan Addison for Greg dropped to 36.3 on his bench. Tough. Travis Kelce, almost 40 points for Nick B. Another kicker being unowned, Dustin Hopkins, 22 points. And the Giants defense, 19, also unowned. Dropping some big boy points this week. Who did the Giants play last week? Does anybody remember?
The Giants.
They play the Jets this week, I think. I can look. Defense.
They beat Washington. It was a shit game.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 14-7, yeah.
Yes.
Must have had a defensive touchdown, huh? Oh, was that one of their touchdowns? Jeez.
No, I think Tyrod.
Big game.
I'm pretty sure Tyrod threw 2 touchdowns.
Oh, I guess just a bunch of 3-and-outs, maybe.
They had a lot of sacks.
Oh.
Because they had
It was
5
like-
sacks. Oh, sorry, Jake.
Whoa,
I was just gonna say
pause
the-
on that though.
I was just going to say the game ended with the Commanders. I think they were inside the 10. It was like 4th and 3. Sam Howell kind of escapes a sack and then goes behind Dotson. But if you would have caught it, ball's in his hand. Like,
Yes.
We saw
Because
that play.
he
Almost
should have
came
caught
back.
that ball. It was not a good throw,
Yeah.
but he still should have caught that ball, in my
Both
opinion.
of his hands. Yeah, I remember that play. Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been a touchdown, but it would have got him the first down at like the 2.
Yep.
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 I remember that. Yeah, the Giants had like 4 or 5 sacks going into this week, which was the lowest by far in the league, and I think they had 6 just
Jeez,
this last week. I'm pretty sure. So
that's insane.
that'll do it.
All right, transactions. You guys ready? What we got? All right, let's go back a little bit. What was last weekend's games? 20th? Oh, okay, so there was a trade. I don't think we covered this last week because it was after. I traded a pick and a defense for next week to Laner for Stroud. Felt good about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Stroud
Yep.
isn't shit. Couple pickups, couple cuts, a lot of cuts. Oh boy. Delvin Cook, Myles Gaskins, Josh Dobbs, Roshan, Zach Evans. Josh Downs got picked up by Cade for 26. Kareem Hunt got picked up by Lemons for 20. So here's the thing about that Kareem Hunt. Now that, obviously Chubb is out for the year, and Jerome Ford has a low-grade high ankle sprain, I believe is what I saw reported, so he's going to miss a couple weeks, sounds like. Kareem Hunt's going to be the guy. And I looked at him on the waiver wire, and I stared for a long time as a team that could use a running back. And I said, fuck no. I did not try to add him. Not even for 0 fab. I just can't. I can't disgrace my brand like that.
I was
Or
going to
shop
say,
it.
yeah, historically you'd be against that move, so
I can't
not
do it.
surprised.
So yeah, screw Kareem Hunt. Hope he screws you over, Lemons, like you screwed me. Defense. Let's see. George picked up Darrell Henderson, who was the starter last week. He caught Jordan Mason. Sounds like a good pickup to me. Greg cut Brett Maher, picked up a kicker. Blake Groupie. He must be a rookie, huh? He looks like a baby. Wow. Well, he's been pretty solid this year. Dalton Kincaid got picked up. I'm surprised nobody had him on the team.
It's a good pickup.
Yeah, it is, because I saw Dawson Knox got was Was it
Yeah, he needs
season ending?
surgery.
Yeah. Cade swapped defenses. Brandon, you picked up Taysom Hill, cut Njoku.
And then I cut him just now.
Oh, and then you cut him and picked up Dalton Schultz. Respect.
4 minutes
Dalton
ago.
Schultz is better. 4
Boom.
minutes ago. Let's check the Fab bidding war, huh? Let's see.
You're talking about Josh Downs? I got it up here.
Yeah, I guess that's the only
If
one.
you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Cade bid 26, and George was the only other person. He bid 0. So
wow. I can't believe there was no competition for Kareem Hunt.
That is pretty interesting.
Hmm.
You know, Manti wasn't going to make an offer.
Yeah, you know that for sure. Can't believe that. He's such a better start than Clyde. He already lost to you. He's basically got the number 1 pick locked.
Yeah.
All right. Previews. Let's do these previews. Me and Jake. Hey.
game of the week, baby.
Yeah, we got the battle of the
How we
mid
feeling?
quarterbacks. Brock Purdy's not playing this week. You know that, right?
Yeah, I've got Love on
I
the
guess you
bench
could.
here.
He's just in concussion protocol, and you didn't practice today, which usually is a bad sign.
I'll just start Love right now live.
Yeah, Love
Let's do
against the Vikings. I'll be cheering for him. Not gonna lie. And if he stinks, well, then I'll kick your ass. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because Stroud plays Carolina this week, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I bet you Olave gets more targets than Diggs. Not sure that translates to fantasy points, but
Yeah, I mean,
Diggs has a lot of
Thursday
targets.
game on top of that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, Adams, Keenan Allen. So far, I like your receivers better. Williams against Kansas City or Madison against Green Bay. Give me Madison against Green Bay, dude. We can't defend the run for shit. Henry, Atlanta, Eckler, Chicago. You gotta take Eckler. Waller, Kittle. Has Kittle been good this year?
He had a good week last week.
Recently he did. Okay, so
Oh,
two of the
he
last
had a
3 weeks
decent
he did
week.
good.
And then in between, he had 1 point, but it was against the Browns. This week is against Cincinnati, who apparently is pretty easy against the tight end. Yeah, give me Kittle. I don't think Waller will do it 2 weeks in a row. And I threw Zay Flowers in there for now. I'm struggling in that flex. I could start Romeo and counteract the Love train because most of his
I'm
touchdowns
surprised with
go
how
to Downs.
high that Zay Flowers projection is.
He's been
13 feels
good.
a little- I know. This feels a little.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'll probably last second switch out my flex instead of Dotson. He has not had a great year.
Yeah, he stinks. Who are you going to start, though, instead? I mean, Wilson?
I'll have to think about that.
I think I
I'll
could see
think
him
about
going
it.
for the
Miles
Jaden
Sanders, if he
Reed
plays?
love stack.
The stack, yeah.
Jaden
possibly.
Reed, huh? If you start Jaden Reed, I'll start Dobbs.
Oh, man. Wonder-
Musgrave, concussed.
uh,
Otherwise, I'd maybe play him. Tank
Reed
Dell's
caught
finally
definitely-
back.
Reed caught a definitely non-fluky touchdown
Yeah,
last week.
definitely not a fluke. Yep.
that was awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Dobbs, us per Dobbs, I believe, off Dobbs' hands.
It was. Yep.
Should get some fantasy points for that.
It was. Yeah. Should
Yeah.
get a pass for it.
I agree.
Yeah, I was toiling around. I don't think I'm starting Gabe Davis this week. He's been a little iffy. The Bills have been bad, so I'm going to leave him on the bench until that changes. Could start Rashad White, but they play Buffalo, and again, Bills are kind of a wild card. Thursday game. It's really between Hollywood, Dobbs, and Zay. And Zay against Arizona is a pretty good matchup. We'll see. TBD. Sounds like we both have some flexes to think through. But you're projected to beat me. I have to go with my brand. I'm taking me.
I have to go with myself, Brandon.
If Brandon's
Who are
wise,
you?
he's taking Jake.
Well, I hate to pick this
I've been
matchup.
cold.
I'm picking between two dumpsters right now.
Hey, both of our teams have outscored yours.
It's true. Not last week though. But I do have to go Jake. Yeah, I mean, just down the line, I like a lot more of the matchups. Although the QB matchups, Stroud could have a really nice week against Carolina, and Love could also do the same against Minnesota. But
Love can
I
get
don't
you
know.
30, or he could get you like 3.
I don't know. I actually think Minnesota's going to go on a nice run of wins here. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. But Jake's receivers, Jake's Eckler, Kittle. I mean,
Yeah,
I do like Jake this week.
I
Although the
respect it.
flex is a big question mark. But hey, I will go Jake.
Probably good. Move on. Brandon Lemons. Yeah, I'm just gonna click Lemons. Sorry, dude. He's projected to beat you by 18, and he doesn't have a tight end in this team.
I didn't notice that. Oh, I just saw the projection. Oh, that is ugly.
He has to put Kincaid in his lineup still.
So
Although
let's
his
do the
team
math.
does it, there are a lot of Qs.
Yeah.
Let's go through this. Tyreek will probably play. Godwin will probably play. Oh, well, it's a Thursday game. Godwin's more questionable than anybody else so far. Kamara had an illness. He's fine. Saquon, elbow, he'll be fine. Mostert missed practice with an ankle injury. He could truly be questionable. He'll probably play, though. Yeah, that's something.
I'm just happy Lemons didn't change his name. Through 7 weeks, if you have less than 2 wins, I believe you're not allowed to roast your opponent with the team name and pick. So
I agree with that.
Lemons following the rules is very nice.
I'll allow it. There is, I will say this, though. There is a world where Brandon somehow scrapes together a win. There is a world. It's the world where Lamar Jackson drops another 40 plus, and Dalton Schultz has a touchdown, so he gets 15 points. Mahomes throws 2 touchdowns to Rashee Rice or Pacheco, and Devonta Smith actually doesn't have a shit game. That world exists. And I think even if those things happen, I do think Brandon needs like some combination of Godwin and Mostert to not be active. But he has Kareem Hunt in his bench, so
I need some really good fortune.
yeah. But there's a world. There is a world. All right, we're gonna move on. That's disgusting. Oh, we got the battle for the big dogs here. All right, picking George to win. Yeah, got some clean matchups this week. George and Manthai. So, Cooper Kupp, I'm not worried about, obviously. Adam Thielen, we'll see how he does this week with the new play calling in Carolina coming out of the bye week. How scary would it be if Adam Thielen had like 8 points?
Are we sure this is Manthai still running this team and this isn't Clyde? That's just running this team.
Clyde.
Keeping himself in the lineup every week.
He gave it to Clyde. He's like, dude, you want to run this team? That's funny. All he has to do is throw in A.J. Dillon.
It doesn't get much better, but it does get better.
Yeah, he doesn't look at his team yet. It looks like CeeDee Lamb's still on the bench.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, I don't know. I could see him not starting Burrow this week against the Niners.
Yeah, I would
Burrow's
not.
kind of sucked, but yeah.
Might be a reason to start him. Shit, Preston. I don't know. I mean, this is a George dub, and if it's not, then George needs to start loading off some of his team because, yikes. If George loses this game, does Adam Thielen get traded?
No, because he's going to want more than what people will give for Adam Thielen.
That's probably a good point.
It would be wise to trade him, but is George wise? I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
Yeah. And it does depend on if Adam Thielen has a bad week, then he's really not going to get what people are going to want to pay because people are going to be scared with the new play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. But, I mean, realistically, George probably wins this game, and it's fine. So.
Yeah, I'm taking George.
Yep.
As well.
How about this matchup, gentlemen? The battle of 2-5-2 teams, first and second place, Cade and Nick B. It's a little more interesting. Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts. You got to lean Jalen Hurts until Bills figure it out, right?
Cade has the ultimate block for that, though, with A.J. Brown.
Yeah, he does. That's a good point. And Puka Nakua's still been a monster. But, yeah, you got to take A.J. Brown. He's breaking NFL records. Jalen Waddle versus DJ Moore. Has Waddle been all right this year? I thought he'd been struggling a little bit. Yeah, he's been okay. I might lean DJ. Is that bad?
No.
Chargers have the worst defense against receivers this year in fantasy.
I can't lean either way, honestly.
Yeah. I'll cancel him out. Yeah, cross him out. Obviously McCaffrey over Bijan. Etienne over Warren, big time.
Does Montgomery get started if he plays? I mean, he has to.
Over Warren, yeah. Oh yeah.
I saw he's likely going to play, but
is he? Okay, that's good. Even if he doesn't, hey, what are the odds Algier starts instead of Jalen Warren in the hopes that Bijan doesn't play again?
Bijan gets some migraines again.
Could you imagine? Oh, that would have been funny.
Oh yeah, and he's got Goddard too against Hurts.
Yeah, he does have Goddard. Okay, yeah. So Cade is taking all those Jalen Hurts points away, but Travis Kelce over Goddard every single day of the week. Christian Kirk, Mike Evans. That's tough. You gotta lean Kirk, right?
Pretty even. I don't think I can lean either way with that one either.
Call it a wash. I lean Kirk a little bit. Kirk has a higher floor, but their ceilings are the same.
True.
Kickers and defenses. LA plays Chicago, Buffalo plays Tampa. Give me
2 primetime defense matchups, Sunday night and Thursday night.
You're right. I guess I lean Chargers defense over Buffalo just because Buffalo's been so stinky, but whatever. You know, this is actually a pretty tough one to call. Dang. Tennessee's been a pretty good run defense, though, haven't they? I thought they've been good. Yeah. 24th.
I think I lean Cade.
I'm starting to think
even though seeing McCaffrey and Kelce is always scary, but I mean, it's going to come down to that. A lot of it's going to come down to that Eagles game. I mean, if Hurts rushes a couple touchdowns, instantly like Nick B.
The push.
If he throws a couple touchdowns to Brown or Goddard, I mean, it's probably going to be Cade, but I think I do slightly lean Cade, although I can't. It's hard. It's really hard to make a pick on this matchup, but I lean Cade.
Where are your feelings, Jake?
Right, you said Cade also.
I haven't fully decided yet. I haven't pressed the button, but I'm leaning Cade.
Everything that is telling me Cade is actually going the opposite way. I think I'm going to go Nick B in this one.
I know. It's so hard to go against.
I'm feeling it.
Nick's put up so many fantasy points. But Brandon's not wrong, though. I mean, if anybody can beat Nick B, if anybody can beat Jalen Hurts, I should say, it's Cade's team. I mean, he has all the Eagles pass catchers. So unless Hurts just gets the brotherly shove, is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. They're trying to coin that as the phrase.
I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the tush push.
Yeah, that's what most people call it.
Push.
So if he does sneak a couple of those in, yeah, interesting. I think, well, Montgomery's going to play, yeah, Brandon. Call your shot.
True. My expertise does say he's going to play.
Montgomery has been expected to miss time with a rib injury. This was on Sunday. Yeah.
For Nick B's sake, I hope he does, because you can't expect it. Like, he's been scraping. Jalen Warren's been scraping 10-point performances, and
with touchdowns.
Yeah, you can't think he's gonna get another one.
Yeah, it's I decided that the only reason I'm leaning Cade is because of Jalen Warren. So I'm gonna take Nick B in hopes that Montgomery can be started, and if not Montgomery, well, good luck. Honestly, Nick B probably should have been bidding on Kareem Hunt, if I'm gonna be honest.
That's a good point. And I honestly forgot about Montgomery when making my pick. So Cade, I'm sorry, I'm going Nick B.
Damn.
I'm changing.
Ooh.
Is Cade starting Kyler Murray this week? Could you imagine?
That the balls to do that would be.
You got to ride Josh Allen all day.
What was that?
You heard me.
Whoa! Pause on that though.
I knew that was coming.
All right, last matchup: Greg and Laner. It's Kirktober. How is Kirk only projected for 15 against Green Bay?
It's a really good question. The hell?
Apparently,
he just came off one of the best performances he had in a long time.
I agree. Herbert in Chicago. Herbert versus Kirk. I'm gonna call that a wash. Chicago's a good matchup. Green Bay, apparently, according to fantasy, is not a great matchup. But I don't know. If he can do it against the Niners, he can do it against anybody, right? Chase and Amon-Ra. I want to give the edge to Amon-Ra, especially because Chase is in San Fran. But Chase could also just put up 60 points and call it a day. So you take Addison over Moore.
Yep.
JT or Swift?
I'm surprised Lane's not starting Collins over Moore. Maybe he's yet to change. I mean, he still has Pollard on the bench, so I'm guessing he hasn't looked at his lineup yet, actually.
Yeah. It's actually true. Nico Collins. I'm still taking Addison over Nico.
Yeah, well, against Carolina, maybe not, but I would lean that way still, too.
Yeah, he's been pretty good without J. Jeff. He had a big week last week. Big part of the reason they won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Swift or JT?
Also, looking at Greg's bench, he's got Gibbs currently there. I could see that, but at the same time, Gibbs just had about 30 last week, so I'd be tempted to throw him in there. I'm just trying to see where I would do that. Maybe flex.
I would start him over Swift before I start him over Pittman. That might be a bad move. No, I think it's right, though. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. Because you're right. You might want to start Gibbs, especially against the Raiders. Well, it depends. If Montgomery... Problem is they play on Monday. And you're not going to know if Montgomery's playing until Monday. If Montgomery plays, I'm not starting Gibbs over either of those guys.
True.
But if he's out again...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think if I'm Greg, I'm benching Gibbs, and I'm really upset if Montgomery doesn't play. Tough, though. Kenneth Walker over Najee, pretty easy. Hawkinson, Andrews, we'll wash that out. Those guys are both pretty good. I'll take Pittman over Bourne, but Bourne's been pretty good. Kicker, defense, who cares? Huh. It's the quarterback battle that's going to decide this one, I think, for me. Or if, like, any of the studs in this game dud. I think Eileen, Greg. What are you guys' thoughts?
I do too.
Yeah, my philosophy is I like the Vikings against Packers this week, so I think I have to like Greg because Greg's got 3 Vikings in his lineup right now, and
Packers haven't given up like more than 20 points in like 4 weeks though.
That's true. And I'm trying to picture this Lane's lineup with Collins and Pollard in it, and
it's a good point.
I do like.
Oh yeah, Pollard would start over Najee.
Najee, yes.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm gonna go Greg as well, but this one, like the last one, is super tight for me.
I'm going Lane. I'm doing it. Make some good points. Let's do it. All right, that's all the matchups. You guys know what that means.
Boom. Roasted.
All right. Let's get into it. Jake, you're first, buddy. Hey, Jake.
Hey.
Can you dig these balls out of your mouth?
Boom. Roasted.
Oh, jeez. Brandon, I'm not going to lie. There might be more Taylor Swift sightings for the Chiefs next game than you'll have points in this matchup.
Pain.
Boom. Roasted.
Did you hear how many times they showed Taylor Swift in their last game?
I didn't hear it, but I saw her on the screen constantly.
I'm pretty sure Brandon told me it was like 130 times.
No way.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
No, I'll Google it right now. I'll fact check.
What would you have guessed?
Like
I would have guessed like 20.
Nah.
Yeah, I would have guessed like 17.
Yeah.
There's no way. 130. That's crazy.
How many times did they show Taylor Swift?
You looked up why times?
That doesn't make any sense. Right. That's like more. That's more downs. That's more times than there are downs in the game.
17.
That's the wrong week.
Oh.
It was 17.
That's the wrong week.
That was the wrong week.
Well,
I don't. Oh, okay, 3 days
I'm
ago.
I'm still happy with. I don't. Honestly, I'm not bothered. I'm still happy.
This is just did she attend? All right, I'll fact check and post in chat if I can find it.
The funny part was
under on that next week.
Was Brooklyn our sister telling me Taylor Swift's not at this game. She's something, and then
She's touring.
5 minutes later they show her on the screen. I'm like, Taylor Swift is at the game. She's like, no, she's not. No, she's not. I was like, dude, look at the freaking screen.
Just wait another 10 seconds. Apparently,
She gets more screen
It's
time
on
than
that
Andy
number.
Reid.
It's true.
All right, Lemons. The only thing more questionable than your roster right now is your infatuation with all of our league mates' mothers, especially Jake's.
Boom. Roasted.
Jake knows. Manthai, you blew your chance for your last win of the year. Enjoy the first pick of the Draft King.
Boom. Roasted.
Unless he beats Jake, that would be funny.
He's nuts.
Suck these nuts. Oh, what a button. All right, George. Your team name is the F Cup. Imagine bashing your best player because of one bad week. Plastic fan.
Boom. Roasted.
Damn.
Cade. Let's see. Unfortunately, your team is not back. But if it's any consolation, your team will be on their back this week, getting railed by Christian McCaffrey.
Boom. Roasted.
Nick. It's hard to roast a guy right after you tell him his opponent's gonna get filled by CMC. Jalen Warren sucks, and you should feel bad for having to start him. That's all I got, dude. You can't roast this team.
Boom.
It's too good.
Roasted.
Greg, I hope you enjoy this week because Kirktober is almost over. That's all I'm gonna say.
Boom.
Unlimited.
It's almost Kirk Vember. Russ Vember? Kirk Vember?
I like Russ Member. Sounds good. Laner, last roast. How can you possibly have your team name be Jags before T-Law and then have T-Law on your bench without a single Jag in your starting lineup? In fact, you have Najee in your lineup who plays against the Jags, but you don't have anybody else. Either you need a team name change or you have to go with your heart.
Boom. Roasted.
Gentlemen, that'll do it. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope we all enjoyed the new buttons and seeing Brandon on the show for the last time this year.
Hey, I could make a Cinderella run and win the title.
Wouldn't that be something? Is that even statistically
Imagine.
possible?
Has to be. If I run the table,
It does. But is it probable?
very.
Oh, you heard it here first. Isaiah Pacheco.
I'm joking.
Hey, Devonta Smith is going to break an NFL record. He's going to break A.J. Brown's record in the second half of the season. Could you imagine? Oh, jeez. All right. Well, good luck to everybody this week except for Jake and Lemons. Yeah. Good luck.
Bryant.
Yeah. Nope. What?
Oh.
Hey, what? Oh, jeez. Jake, I'm going to kick your ass this week, man. The AI hater is going to come for you. Wait. Oh, shit.
Oh no.
The double pause.
Pauseception.
That might have deserved that, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, jeez. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next week. Goodbye.